All right, guys and gals, I am taking you along with me on my very last charity shop sourcing trip of 2022. So I picked up a quick record there. I thought it looked interesting and I would see how much it's worth. It's really not worth more than $2.99. Oh well. Uh, I don't normally look at clothes, but I did look at the jackets, and that Fila jacket, I think I should have picked it up. I didn't, but I think it is vintage, so I'm gutted. I normally look at the old clock radios, alarm clock radios, whatever. If they're in really good condition, I pick them up. What I saw there seemed to be a bit scratched and stuff. I mean, fine if you're going to buy them for yourself, but for resale, I thought I would leave them. And oh yeah, sorry about the chatting over everything, but there was music everywhere I went, and with copyright and stuff, it just flags up. So yeah, sorry for the voiceover. Anyway, what you saw me looking at there real briefly was the VTech thing. I looked it up after getting home, and I'm glad I left it because it's really probably, I don't think it's worth picking up anyway. Now this I picked up, I looked at, and I said, oh, I'm going to come back and grab this before I go to the till and cash out. But guess what? I didn't. And I think it was only £4. So I really do wish I grabbed it. I don't even know how much it's worth, but it's got to be worth more than four. And it's just quirky. It's something that I would have liked to photograph and listed. So, oh well, so be it. And these are another thing I should say, that I meant to pick up but didn't, because at the time when I looked at them, they didn't have any prices. I went through all of them, and none of the six there had prices. So I meant to ask about them and go back. I totally forgot.
Oh, this is cool.
And this looked interesting, but I don't know. I just wasn't sure if it was something worth picking up. Maybe you can tell me. I'm looking at pots and pans. I like to look at the vintage ones every now and then. Something like this, they can pick up a little bit of money, but look at the condition on the inside. I didn't want to be bothered with that hassle. So,
What are these?
now I picked these up because I thought if they're truly red glass, then they're worth getting. And I'm looking to see if there's any scratches, and yes, there were a few scratches that go to clear glass, so they were flashed or stained, which I didn't feel, it's not something I want to list if I can help it. And the same thing with these purple glasses. They were made in Italy. I thought I'm onto something here, but again, I did find one with a little scratch that showed it was actually clear glass underneath. And this picture, definitely vintage. Wasn't too keen on how faded it was at the top, and it was going to be a real pain to clean that inside part, so I left that behind. Now I look at the clear glass stuff, because sometimes you can find a winner in there, like this. Now, as soon as I picked this up, I could just feel the weight, the difference of the weight of that compared to something that would just be regular glass. It's got to be crystal. So here I am flicking it, seeing that like this isn't going to work. But it did have that little bit more of a ring that you can hear when you flick on crystal instead of glass. But really, it's the weight that did it for me. So I did grab that. Now here's the thing. I'm probably going to list it for maybe £20. The prices are all over with those. So I'm just going to aim high. Now, right here, you can see I'm like kind of looking at stuff and then passing by quickly, and I'll tell you why. Because to the very right of me, you couldn't see, it was off camera, there was literally someone standing so close to me, it was uncomfortable. And I talk about that more later. So even though I would have liked to look in more detail at these toys, I just thought, oh, I'm in the way, I need to go. And okay, so I looked at these toys. They were Imaginext, like the larger ones, obviously. I wasn't too sure. In the US, I think the Imaginext go for more than they do here in the UK. So I decided to leave them, especially at £2 each. Again, I did look at them because I was considering it, but I just decided it's probably best to leave them behind. I like that little egg cup, but there was only one of them, so I just kind of decided to leave it for somebody else. And this thing intrigued me a bit. I thought, well, it looks like a pomander, but it's bigger, so it's probably for like potpourri that you could leave out, I don't know, maybe in a bedroom or a bathroom or something. So I put that to the side and figured I'd come back to it. Now these trays, I used to pick up trays like this. I haven't in a while. I haven't seen any that spoke to me. I probably should have gotten them. They were only £2 each, but I kept putting them down because where the metal edges meet, they were actually spaced out a little bit. And I thought that could, stop somebody from buying them. But I actually really wish now that I at least picked up that one on the top. And here I am grabbing this like, well, how do you get the potpourri, in it? How does this come off? As you can see, I just can't seem to get it off of there, and it's just frustrating me. So, ta-da, you just turn it upside down. It just didn't want to come off when I was trying to lift it off, but whatever. So I decided to get that. Now, I tried to find pricing for those and online, and again, the pricing I can't find that well. I'm figuring probably 15. If I'm wrong, tell me. And I did really like that green centerpiece bowl, or whatever they're called. It maybe could have been uranium glass, but I was kind of getting annoyed with someone that was a bit too close to me in the shop, so I decided to just leave it. Now these are golf club head covers. These in particular, there's some ones for putters there. I didn't really know how much those are worth, but the whole bag of them was only £4, so I thought I'll give it a go. And this, I thought, oh, maybe this is a big glass bottle worth getting. But when you look at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it real quick over to the left-hand side of the bottom, there's a modern sticker, label, whatever on it. So I was like, oh, that's a no-go. I'm going to leave that. What you see here are little tiny, and that one especially, look how small that is, little pill boxes. Now, they were £2 each, and I thought, I don't really know what they go for, but I kind of had like a good feeling about them. So the first one I picked up, the red and white one, turns out that's from a designer, Michaela Frey. Some of her stuff is very rare. So I'm not sure how much that could go for. I've seen some go for 59, some for over 100. I don't know. I can't find that particular one, so it's going to be tough. And the prices on these things are all over the place. So I know I can at least get for the other ones that I pick up at least £10 a piece, but I'll most likely aim higher than that. Although I didn't get every single one of them. And here's a common problem I have in charity shops. A lot of them don't have baskets or carts or trolleys or anything you can put your stuff in, so I struggle. And I don't want to keep going and making a pile, because sometimes I have bad luck with that, where people start picking up stuff that I've made a pile of and going through it, other customers that don't know. So, and I just kind of want to go with the flow. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth to the counter. So I did look at these, looking to see if they were silver plated. They were, So I decided to get this flower frog, although it doesn't appear to be worth that much in the UK. They go for like 30 or so in the US and in Australia. But here in the UK, I guess we have them in abundance. So that particular one anyway, by that particular maker. So doesn't go for that much. So I'm not sure what I'm going to list it for. And that's it for this shop. So I'm taking a quick moment before I go to the next charity shop just to say that that was a really uncomfortable shopping experience because there was a woman in there that was following me around the store. And when I mean following me, I don't even mean subtle, not subtly. She just was up my rear end, honestly. Like, it's almost like she was trying to look over my shoulder. At first, I thought she was a shopper, just another shopper who was impatient. I wasn't moving along quicker. And then I realized that she must volunteer or work there. So I really like that particular charity shop. I've shopped here for years. The people that I normally see, like on on most occasions that I come in, they weren't there today. I wish they were because I think maybe I caused it. I was fiddling around with the camera phone. It wasn't staying on properly like I wanted it to. I was fiddling a lot with my coat. I had like a record in my hand, a small one. And I think it probably looked like I was trying to steal. That's all I can think. But yeah, it was just creepy. I'm of the mindset, if you think somebody's up to something or you want to ask a question, you want to know what they're doing, just ask, because that makes me not want to come here, and that's a shame. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's go to the next one. Here we go to the next one. Let's hope it's a more comfortable experience than the last one. Much smaller shop, but I picked up these ducks. Now, these wooden ducks, they were £5 each. And they can fetch, anywhere from, say, like 10 and up. But I just thought for £5 each, I didn't know if they were, or for £5. Did I say £5? I don't know. Who cares? I'm not going back on this. So I didn't feel like they were worth picking up for that much. Looking at some of the electricals, not really seeing a whole lot. Maybe one of these, but I thought, £10, nah. And this thing caught my eye. Look at this, a creamer or a milk jug on feet. If you think the milk has walked away, it literally has. Bad dad joke. But that actually could go for quite a bit of money. So could be, I see one right now listed for 30. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why didn't I check what was underneath those blades for a trimmer, or weed whackers, we'd say in the US. I saw what could have been a vintage cassette holder. Darn it, I can't believe I missed that. And here's some pressed glass. Now, here's the thing. I believe, anyway, that these are candlestick holders, but they have them priced individually. It's like when that gets done for salt and pepper shakers too. Jeez, I don't know why. Does anybody want to buy just one? But those were obviously a set, so it didn't matter. I mean, they were $1.95 a piece. I bought them anyway. So this, I don't know where this was made. There was a partial sticker on it. I mean, some people would say, oh, it's Murano. Some people instantly jump to anything that's glass is Murano, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not a glass expert in any sort of way. So I just wasn't sure if that was worth picking up, and I left it behind. That might have been a mistake. And I keep telling myself, stop picking up little animals, because I tend to hold on to them for a while. I list them, but they take forever to sell. And this one could be Bestwick. I've sold Bestwick before, this particular one, 2 of them, but I don't know. Something about that told me that it could possibly be a fake, so a reproduction. So I didn't get it. And again with the clock radios. But again, too scratched up. So I said, Okay, I probably should have got these. And I didn't. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood. Plateware like this can be worth selling, definitely, if you piece it out the right way and not sell it as a set. But I just wasn't in the mood to pick up that many dishes. And same thing here. I really like these, but I wasn't in the mood for tableware. So I left them behind. Now this mirror, pretty cool. I wish I could keep this, but I'm sure that my other half probably doesn't care for it. So I'm not going to keep it. Hi, hello. But it was only $3.95 and definitely worth more than that. I'm probably going to aim for 30. We'll see. I wanted to grab this one too, but the edges, I wasn't too keen on the condition of the edges, so I didn't get it. And these, they were a bit scratched up. Condition wasn't wonderful, so I was like, as much as I like them, they're going to stay here. And this little like jam jar is Enesco, which, you know, sometimes can sell for decent money, but I just wasn't too keen on this, and I thought, I'll leave this one behind. It wasn't speaking to me. And when I looked it up afterwards, I realized it was a good decision to leave it. Now, I'm always drawn to these. I don't know why. Maybe it's just my love of American diners or something. So, yeah, so I always take a peek at them, and if they're decently priced, I pick them up. It'll probably sell for $15. Oh, and these, I definitely pick these up when I see them at a good price, but that one was just more than I was willing to pay. And same with this Price Kensington sweets jar. Just, I don't know. I love them. I've sold them before. Super cute. But again, more than I'd be able to really make a profit from. Now, these are quirky and weird, right? So, or at least I think so. Little like prawn dishes. So I went away and I looked them up, and I grabbed them right away afterwards because the first sold listing I saw was £66 for a set of 4. But since I've gotten home, they do have pricing everywhere. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you in the next video.